Nicole, when was the last time you listened to your gut?
I always do, because we know there's a lot of misleading health advice out there, and most of what we're taught about food is wrong. Did you know that Big Food even pays TikTok influencers to say that ultra-processed foods are healthy? Well, they're not.
My God, that is shocking. It's no wonder that 1 in 8 people globally, by the way, that's over 1 billion people if you don't want to do the maths, are living with obesity.
Our sponsor Zoe understands that our health is suffering, and it's time we listened to our gut.
They make your gut health their business. And as we've learnt in over 5 years of doing this pod, gut health is key to overall health.
Your Zoe membership starts by testing your gut health, backed by one of the world's largest microbiome databases and most scientifically advanced at-home gut health tests. Zoe gives you proven science whenever you need it.
Listen, we know better than anyone else being in the self-care space that the start of every new year is noisy with health advice that is often just full of hot air and rubbish. But Zoe is the solution that you can trust.
Zoe is the science and nutrition company leading a movement to transform the health of millions, and Zoe membership has been proven by a randomized controlled trial, giving you the solutions to listen to your gut, make smarter food choices, and change your health for life.
Go to Zoe.com and find out what Zoe membership could do for you. And because you listen to Self-Care Club, you can use the exclusive code SELFCARE10 to get 10% off membership. As a Zoe member, you'll get an at-home test kit and personalised nutrition programme to help you make smarter food choices that support your gut. That's ZOE.com. Use code SELFCARE10 at checkout. Trust your gut. Trust Zoe.
It's 2025, a new year and the best time to turn your great idea into a business. Shopify is how you're going to make it happen. Let me tell you how. Shopify makes it simple to create your brand, open for business, and get your first sale. Get your store up and running easily with thousands of customizable templates. All you need to do is drag and drop. Their powerful social media tools let you connect all your channels and create shoppable posts. Established in 2025. Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/promo. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/promo to start selling with Shopify today. Shopify.com/promo.
This episode is sponsored by Zoe. Hello, clubbers. Do you know that Self-Care Club and 40ish, our other podcast, have a subscription?
Well, we are here to tell you that we do. It's on Apple Podcasts and you can find it there. All you have to do is click on our show and just scroll down and you will see the subscription there. And for $3.99 a month, you get early access, bonus episodes and everything ad-free. So please come along and join us.
And for the next 2 weeks only, we have halved the price of an annual subscription. So if you want a real bargain, go over now whilst the half price sale is still on.
Hello, everybody. I'm Nicole Goodman.
And I'm Laura Mishkon, and this is Self-Care Club.
It's FebYOUary, a month dedicated to you. It's actually not supposed to be dedicated to you, but we are dedicating it to you, clubbers.
Yes.
You are welcome, clubbers. We want to encourage you to invest in yourself, pour into yourself, love yourself. This time, this month, it's all about you. But I just want to say, what a lovely introduction. Go me.
Yeah.
But secondly, the whole show, our whole ethos is about that.
It totally is. But when Valentine's Day comes around, there is this very tacky commercialization that is everywhere. And also, I think it feels a little sore if you are not in a relationship. You know, you might feel a bit left out, or it might really highlight the fact that you are single. So that's why we're doing this show, so you can focus on something that is just a little bit more important.
But isn't that why Galentine's came along?
I think that's exactly why Galentine's came along.
But we don't like Galentine's.
I'm not a mad fan of the phrase.
No, but it feels very, very cheesy, and yet I do like what it's about.
I get what it's about, but you know, you can hang out with your girlfriends and like enjoy their company year round.
Yeah, I guess it's just an encouragement to do that on a day where you don't need to feel lonely because you're single.
I always think about that episode. No, it's not an episode. It's in the Sex and the City movie, isn't it? Where Carrie and Miranda have dinner on Valentine's night in that restaurant.
Oh, with all the streamers.
And everyone assumes they're together, and then they have that huge argument, massive argument, because Miranda never told her or has kept hold of the fact for months and months and months that Big was overwhelmed at the thought of the wedding.
That's right.
And she storms out.
That's right.
That was a sad Galentine's.
I find the older you're getting, the more you always refer back to Sex and the City.
I think it's because I listen avidly to that Sex and the City podcast. So I'm like it's still constantly in my mind because I'm reminded of all the episodes. If you're a Sex and the City fan, by the way, it's called Every Outfit, and it's a Sex and the City podcast.
The reason we came up with this show is because we were inspired by Viola Davis.
Yes.
She was asked at the Hunger Games premiere in 2023, what relationship advice would you give the youth?
Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah.
And her answer was so magnificent. She says, you are the love of your life. She went on to say, the most important relationship you have is with yourself. When you start with yourself, loving yourself, advocating for yourself, creating boundaries, being honest with yourself, not being so good that you're not being honest, especially as a woman, then everything grows from there. It's the greatest seed you can plant to create great friendships and relationships.
Yeah.
So we loved this.
We loved that.
We loved it. So then I said to Lily Rose, that's my daughter, I said to Lauren.
That's me.
I sent her the video.
Yeah.
And I said, we should do a show on this.
Yeah.
And then I think she sent back the puking emoji.
I did. I did send back the puking emoji. But then I had Mel Robbins talking about it. And then I was like, oh,
if Mel says it.
if Mel says it, then it's definitely a thing.
But if my partner, who I share my professional life with, says it's something, then I'm not going to listen to her. But if Mel says it, then it's okay.
That's right.
You should have more faith in me.
I should.
But thanks to Mel.
Yeah. We could be a very happy throuple, you, me and Mel.
Oh, I reckon we would be.
I love Mel.
I think
Would you be jealous if I was friends with Mel?
Yeah. Categorically, yes.
I'd be really jealous if you were friends with Mel.
Yeah.
If you phoned me up and you were like, oh, what are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm just going out for dinner with Mel Robbins. I'd really I'd stew.
Well, I wouldn't have to say Robbins because I don't actually have a friend called Mel.
No, I know. But I'm just saying for the listeners, it's Mel Robbins that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's an American coach and she's written loads of books, but she's just written a book called The Let Them Theory, which we've done a show on.
We have.
And we follow her avidly and we're big fans of her work. I mean, she's been on Oprah now. She has hit the absolute big time. So good for her.
So happy for her.
So happy for her.
Yeah.
But it does make the friendship more unlikely.
It does. It does. Yes, it's true. I'll just live in the fantasy that one day I might be friends with Mel.
The thing is that I don't think you would be jealous of me and Mel because of me. I think you would be jealous of me and Mel because of Mel. Whereas if I was jealous, I would be jealous because of you. Oh. Yeah. See, happy Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I'm bang on, aren't I?
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. You can't even say that that's not true. But it is.
I'm not.
No, I know.
I'm not saying it's not true.
No, I'm saying about you would be jealous, but not because of me.
No, both.
No.
But I would. Both. Both would be true.
Swear.
Swear down. I swear, mums. So let's talk about why you are the most important person you'll ever love. And what does that even mean? And how do you actually even love yourself? Because it's one of those things that gets tossed around so much, but it's very easy to overlook how deep this stuff really goes, right? So here is the truth, right?
Give it to us.
Here it is. Loving yourself is not about bubble baths and facial oils and shopping sprees, although we do love all of those things. It is
I actually don't love a bubble bath.
I do. And I love a facial oil.
I don't love any of those things.
Do you love an indulgent shopping spree?
Yes.
What else do you love that's shallow and fun?
I like going to a really expensive restaurant.
Yep.
And drinking cocktails and having really fabulous overpriced food with crap service. I really like that.
Okay.
No, because that's what you get in London.
So most of the time, yeah.
I really like, what else do I like that's shallow? Shallow. Well, I don't know.
You like makeup?
I do like makeup.
You like a spray tan?
I don't have spray
Not
tan.
spray, but like fake tan. Do it at home jobby.
I don't do it very often anymore because I'm allergic to it.
I know.
I
That
do
sort of
like
thing.
it. But so anything beauty related you're saying is shallow.
Well, it's surface.
It isn't. I'm just gonna say I was in the beauty industry for a very long time, and I find that mildly offensive because it's not surface or shallow. It can have a huge impact on how you feel about yourself.
It can. And as we said, those things are nice. But the self-love bit is about recognising your worth and accepting your flaws rather than feeling like you have to cover them up with the tan and the makeup and the blow dry. And also treating yourself with kindness and the respect that you give to other people and knowing that you're worthy and being your own biggest supporter.
But sometimes knowing that you're worthy, I mean, you could have so much self-loathing to yourself that you wouldn't even grant yourself the time to blow dry your hair
Or shower.
or to put that lipstick on or to buy yourself a little gift of that. You know, those things can also come from a place of self-love. They really can.
I think they all have a place, but they are not the work.
No, they're not the work.
Can I quote Mel now?
Oh.
She's coming to the show today, just a little bit, just for a few sentences.
It's okay. It's
Okay.
okay. I like Mel too.
This is what she says.
Okay.
Everything begins with you. How? You simply treat yourself like you would somebody you love. You speak kindly to yourself. You take care of your body. You take care of your needs. You don't chase people who are not loving you back. I love that one. You don't accept less than you deserve.
I love that one.
You hold on to your boundaries.
I love that one.
How you treat yourself sets the bar for every other relationship in your life.
How you treat yourself, you basically teach other people how to love you.
Yeah.
And that starts with how you respect yourself.
And when you don't do those things, you tend to look for validation and love from others, and it's that in a sort of unhealthy
Or in the wrong
ways.
places.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it becomes somebody else's job to make you feel good about yourself. And that means you are totally out of control with how you feel. And then you have no agency over your own self-esteem and your own life.
And also, it's not anybody else's responsibility to make you happy or make you fulfilled. That's your own job. And no one human being is ever going to be able to do that. Even if they are the most wonderful, loving, supportive partner, they can be all those things and that's great. But if you can't look after yourself and have some self-worth, they're not going to make you feel better. They're just not.
Say that first line again. It was absolute beauty.
I don't know what I said.
You said it is not somebody else's responsibility to make you happy.
It's not though,
That
is
has
it?
to come down to you. It
Yeah.
is only your responsibility to make sure you are happy, you are well, you are thriving, you are functioning. It is only your job.
And then when you do that and you're filled up from within, you attract healthy relationships and fulfilling relationships. And even if that's friendships or work relationships or whatever it is, if you're coming to them from a place of abundance and self-respect and self-worth, they are going to be healthier. Because what sort of friendships are you going to be attracting when you are full of loathing or, maybe that's a bit extreme loathing, but very low self-esteem or not really valuing yourself? You're going to be someone who is taken advantage of or ignored or all sorts of horrible things, right?
But there can be so many blind spots around this.
Sure.
So I think it all has to start with some truth, some self-awareness, and just being really brutally honest with yourself.
That's hard, That is hard.
I mean, I'd like to pause here and ask you, how much do you love yourself?
I mean, I kind of hate the phrase. And I have to say, when we were doing this show, I was a bit like, I felt like I was going to have a little bit of an allergic reaction to it. But I think with age, I have got better.
So if we go down this list
Yeah.
that Mel's just said, right?
Yeah.
You simply treat yourself like you would somebody you love. Do you treat yourself?
Not all of the time, but most of the time. Most of the time. We're going to do a quiz later.
Do you?
Most
Do you
of
really?
the time. I think so.
I think you prioritise the people you love more than yourself.
Yes, but that doesn't mean I mistreat myself.
No, you
but
absolutely
I definitely
don't.
put I definitely would put their needs before mine, but I would try and slot mine in too.
Yeah. I would say I would do the same. You speak kindly to yourself?
Definitely not always.
No, me neither. You take care of your body? Well, you don't abuse your body. It's not like you drink heavily or you smoke or...
If it compared to who? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I eat healthily. I barely drink anymore. I have like maybe one drink a week. I don't smoke. I don't do anything. You know, I eat fresh food, home cooked, and I don't really eat a lot of sugar. So I guess I do look after my body.
Yeah.
I sleep it. I rest it. I wash it. I take care of it.
Yeah.
I don't take care of it as much as you take care of yours in a physical way, but I definitely don't abuse it.
Definitely not. So I would say that all comes from a place of self-love. You take care of your needs. I do take care of my needs. I really do.
You're very good at that. You're very good at that.
I have to.
Yeah.
Because if I've really learnt to do that. And I think that does also come with perimenopause. For me anyway, it hit me like such a freight train that if I didn't look after my own needs, I would have been in such a mess. And that doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help my kids, my husband, my work. It just won't work.
But also, when you were in a bit of a mess, you didn't actually have any option apart from having to help yourself and love yourself, because you weren't in a state to do anything else until that was sorted. So you kind of, when you get forced to prioritise yourself, you can either end up in the bin or you can sort yourself out.
Well, no, but people don't.
Then they end up in the bin. That's what I'm saying.
They don't end up in the bin. They just end up immensely stressed and immensely overwhelmed, or they'll be sleep deprived, or they won't be eating properly, or there'll be something that it's taking a hit somewhere else.
But then they're not functioning properly.
They're not functioning properly, of course.
And they're no good to themselves, and therefore they're also no good to other people. So,
You don't chase people who are not loving you back.
I'm getting much better at that, as are you.
Yeah.
We both are. That's also an age thing.
An age thing and a self-worth thing, but I wonder if they come together.
I think they do.
I wonder if you just build more self-worth because of your age.
And also you give less of a fuck as you get older. I think it's partly that as well. For me it is anyway.
I think you just learn that life is shorter, and you learn about what stresses you out. You learn that calm is, like we did last week, is such a priority, peace, all of those things.
Yeah.
You don't accept less than you deserve. I definitely don't.
I now call it out, whereas before I wouldn't.
You're much better at this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think this is where we rub off on each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? You hold on to your boundaries. I'm not amazing. I'm getting better.
Again, improving. Work in progress.
I think that will always be a work in progress, because your boundaries are always going to change, aren't they? How you treat yourself sets the bar for every other relationship in your life. I do
believe that. I do believe that.
And I think I treat myself pretty well overall, and I think you do too.
I do believe that, for sure.
But we do host a self-care podcast.
We do. We have done for a really long time.
So you'd like to think that all the stuff that we talk about and all the stuff that we do does actually wear off.
Yeah. So the real benefits of doing this work, let's dive into that a little bit. Well, better boundaries. We've done a whole show on boundaries, right? And I think it is absolutely fundamental.
We've done a few shows on boundaries, haven't we?
It's fundamental.
It is utterly... If I had to pick one part of self-care that is the most important, I would say it was boundaries.
Yeah. And we've also done a show on how to say no. And that is all kind of part of boundaries. And you do need to learn that stuff, because that is all about self-respect.
Yeah.
More confidence. You stop comparing yourself to others. You realise you're not in competition. You stay in your own lane. And confidence comes from knowing that you're enough, just as you are.
We've written a whole book on this.
We really have. We really have. You have healthier relationships, like we've said, and you also get increased resilience, because self-love gives you strength to bounce back from life's challenges. And when you know your worth, the setbacks don't shake you like to your core. You have kind of that inner self-worth to say, you know what, this is really hard, but actually I'm going to be okay. I'm actually going to be all right. That's what it does for you.
We often talk about this, don't we? We often come back to this, like, do I trust myself? Can I rely on myself? My answer is yes.
I really, really, really can rely on myself.
Yeah, so can I.
And that's a really good feeling. I feel like I'm very confident about making the right decision. I don't really feel like I make decisions and then question them or worry if it's right or wrong. I really feel like I make good decisions, and I really do trust my instincts and trust myself.
Same.
And it's a nice feeling, that feeling.
It is, but we've both worked for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
We're going to cut to a break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do another self-love quiz, because we just did a brief one.
We did a Mel Robbins kind of made up quiz.
But what we want to do is we want you to do the self-love quiz with us.
Yes.
So we're going to cut to a break. Grab your phone so you can write it down on your notes, or grab a pen and a piece of paper if they still exist.
Old school.
And we'll be back in a mo.
Lauren, you know me, and you know when it comes to food, I trust my gut. And I also trust Zoe, the leading science and nutrition company.
All the nutritionists we've spoken to on this show have highlighted just how much misleading information is out there when it comes to food. Things like the claims that you see on packaging, like low sugar and nothing artificial.
Yeah.
These are often actually a sign to avoid these foods. Ever noticed a health claim on fresh fruit?
No!
Well, then you get my point.
It's completely understandable why there's a lot of distrust and wondering who you should turn to for accurate information.
Well, it's simple. We use Zoe.
Backed by one of the world's largest microbiome databases and most scientifically advanced at-home gut health tests, Zoe gives you proven science whenever you need it.
Go to Zoe.com and find out what Zoe membership could do for you. And because you listen to Self Care Club Clubbers, you can use the exclusive code SELFCARE10 at checkout to get 10% off membership. As a Zoe member, you'll get an at-home test kit and personalised nutrition programme to help you make smarter food choices that support your gut. That's Zoe.com. Use code SELFCARE10 at checkout. Trust your gut. Trust Zoe.
Yeah, sure thing. Hey, you sold that car yet?
Yeah, sold it to Carvana.
Oh, I thought you were selling to that guy.
The guy who wanted to pay me in foreign currency, no interest, over 36 months? Yeah, no. Carvana gave me an offer in minutes, picked it up, and paid me on the spot. It was so convenient.
Just like that.
Yeah?
No hassle.
None.
That is super convenient.
Sell your car to Carvana and swap hassle for convenience. Pickup fees may apply.
Bridget Jones, it's time to live.
This Valentine's Day, make a date with Peacock.
I've set you up on Tinder. What? You're welcome.
You can call me Rockstar.
Bridget Jones.
But you can call her mummy.
Experience the final chapter of Bridget's unforgettable journey.
By all that's holy, Bridget Jones.
You are a brilliant woman. Embrace the chaos.
Enjoy your weekend, Mrs. Darcy.
Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. Streaming only on Peacock, February 13th.
It's a simple quiz. Every yes, you get a point.
That is simple.
Isn't it?
And there's only 7 questions, so maximum 7 points.
Right. Let's see who wins the quiz, everybody.
Come on then.
Number 1, do you take time to celebrate your wins no matter how small? Well, define small.
You managed to get all your chores done and all your work done, and it's only 5 o'clock. That's a small win. That's a small win.
Well, it is for you, because it might not be a small win for everybody. That might be a huge win for somebody.
Okay.
It's all relative, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, yes.
Like a small win for me is being in the gym by 7:15.
Yep.
I like to be in my car by 7 a.m, in the gym by 7:15, leaving at 8:15.
Do you celebrate that win?
Well, on the way home today, I did it and I was like, go me, I've beaten the traffic both ends.
Okay, that's nice.
That's a little celebration, isn't it?
We actually wrote about self-celebration in the book as well. Do you remember?
Did,
and we
did.
had such a massive fail with ourselves, with our own self-celebration.
Wow, we did.
Yeah.
Because it's so funny how every chapter we were writing was so apt to what was going on with us at the time.
Yeah.
It was when we got our book deal.
Yeah.
And we basically got the email through and we just carried on. We didn't even have a hug.
We put a date in to go out and then we just didn't go.
Yeah. We'd cancelled it.
We cancelled it. No, I know what happened. Before the book deal, we were manifesting the shit out of getting the book deal. And I said, let's book a restaurant. Like we know when-ish the deal's going to come through. So I said, let's book a restaurant 2 weeks after that date to go and celebrate our book deal. We manifested it because we hadn't got the deal. And then we got the deal and we never went to the celebratory dinner.
It was rubbish.
I'm still sad about that.
But we learned.
Yeah. The hard way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you normally do.
Okay, so
I would say yes.
Are
I'll
you going
say
to
yes.
give yourself a point for that?
Yes. You?
I am giving myself a point for that because I do take satisfaction in when I feel like I'm winning. And actually, often, I don't know if you've ever heard this, like if Ollie phones me at lunchtime, he'll often say, "Hi, how are you? Are you winning today?"
Does he?
Yeah. And then we both decide like if we've won today or not today. And sometimes we're like, the day's young. We don't know if we've won or not. Are you winning or losing?
Wow, I like that.
Just for ourselves.
I like that.
Yeah.
Number 2, do you forgive yourself when you make a mistake rather than beating yourself up?
No. I'm holding my hands up. I love to beat myself up. And I say mean things to myself.
Yeah, I do beat myself up, but I don't do it for a long period of time.
I don't do it like all day, but I will do it.
Yeah, I will do it. So we don't get a point for that.
No.
Okay. Do you prioritise your needs and well-being even if it means saying no to others?
I actually think I do that now.
I think I do it too.
I mean, that is fairly recent. By fairly recent, I'd say like maybe the last 2 years.
Yeah.
That I feel like I am now doing that.
Me too. And like if I'm really exhausted and depleted, I will cancel a plan.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't go.
Yep.
So we're on 2 each.
2 each.
4, do you practice positive self-talk instead of a negative inner critic? No. Neither do you. Do you allow yourself? Do you allow yourself to rest without feeling guilty? Yes.
Yes. You've got a lot better at that.
I have.
Since your back operation.
Is it since my
It
back
was the
operation?
turning point.
Was it?
Yes.
And sometimes, you know what I do now? Like we normally finish our working day around 4 and then by about like 5:30, I like start the dinner run.
Oh, yeah.
And all of that sort of stuff. And that normally goes on till about 8:30 by the time everything's cleared up and whatever. And now sometimes if I can, I sit down for like 40 minutes, I watch some crap TV and sort of like, I like recharge myself to get ready for the next
I love that
phase of the day.
Good.
Yeah.
Love that for you.
Like a lunch break.
Yes. You are allowed to rest and recharge.
I am, aren't I?
Yeah.
6, do you surround yourself with people who lift you up and respect you?
I mean, I try. I can't 100% of the time, but if I'm actively choosing to, then I think I do. Don't think I surround myself with the opposite of that.
Well, I've learnt who lifts me up.
Yep.
I've learnt when I'm with people how I feel when I leave their company, if I feel depleted or I feel energised.
Yep.
And I do try my best to surround myself as much as I can with those people.
Yeah,
But you can't always.
No, you can't always. But you can, when you can curate it, you do.
I'm going to give us a yes.
Okay, thanks.
7, do you take care of your physical health, your body, your mind and spirit?
I mean, I don't think I take care of my body as much as I could, but I do think I take care of myself. I don't think you would meet me and be like, that's a woman who doesn't take care of herself. You know, I always go, I do. As in, I always go for my regular dentist checkups. I will go for a mammogram. I always go for my smear test. Like I'm very...
You look after yourself.
I look after myself and I prioritise my health and keeping healthy.
Yes. Yeah, I would give...
And so do you, very much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we bossed that.
I think we did.
We got 4.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay. That means room to grow.
That's okay. Oh, if you scored 5 to 7 points, you're doing great. If you scored 3 to 4 points, there's room to grow. But hey, that's the journey. And if you scored 0 to 0 points, we still love you. And this is something for you to focus on this month.
Yes.
We don't know what we got.
You said we got 4.
Do you take time to celebrate your wins? Yes. Do you forgive yourself when you make a mistake rather than beating yourself up?
No.
Okay. Do you prioritise your needs and well-being? Yes. Do you practice self-talk? No. Do you allow yourself to rest without feeling guilty? Yes. Do you surround... Oh, no, we've got 5.
Oh, 5. Okay, that's good.
That's good. Love it. What a nice quiz.
Thanks.
So, some more tips for loving yourself that little bit more. Because how are we going to do this? Are we going to do this? Are you actually going to love yourself more?
I mean, I'd like to rebrand it. I don't know why.
Come
I just
on, rebrand it. Let's do it. It's your podcast. You can do whatever you want.
I'd like to rebrand it as like self-worth work. Because I prefer that term.
It's a little bit of a mouthful. Self-worth work.
I want to do the self-worth work.
I'm trying to think of something a little bit like sexier.
Oh.
Like, I don't know. I'll think about it.
Okay. Well, let's give the lovely listeners a few little tips for how to love themselves more. You can start with the thing we did the very first show of this podcast, practicing gratitude daily. It's a real thing. You can write down 3 things you're grateful for. You can just say them to yourself in bed if you don't want to write them down. They can be big, they can be small. But when you shift your focus to gratitude, you appreciate what you already have, including yourself.
I think we should do another show on gratitude.
It was actually a really good show.
But it was a really, really long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
So I think we should do it again because I actually think it is one of the most important practices of all time. I really do.
And I do still reach for it at points where I'm feeling a bit kind of negative and moany. I do still reach for it all the time. Like, for example, if I'm absolutely fucking fed up washing all the sheets, I sometimes have to go, I am so grateful I live in a time where I can put a capsule in and put stuff in a machine. Because if this was 100 years ago, I would be putting it through a mangle or going down to the river to do it, and it would be my whole day. So I'm grateful.
My new one.
Yeah.
Is I live in a very, very busy household. My sister's staying with us at the moment, and there's just a lot of comings and goings in my house, and I'm finding it quite
overstimulating.
Yeah, because there's always someone that's feeding, there's always someone that's cooking in the kitchen, there's always just something going on in my kitchen or in my house, and I'm not finding my space relaxing. And there never seems to be any downtime because the minute I sit down, someone else is coming in to. And I keep telling myself, I keep having a different perspective of how lucky am I that I get to live in a full, busy house surrounded by the people that I love most. And I get to feed them and I get to be with them and we all get to be together.
Yeah, you are lucky.
And that is, I have total gratitude for that.
Yeah, you are lucky. That's
there you
true.
Go.
Celebrate yourself. We did talk about that, celebrating the small wins. Speak kindly to yourself. It's very important. You can try and replace the thoughts. I mean, I like sometimes to call myself a lazy bitch. That's nice, isn't it? That's really nice. Or stupid. So stupid. I like to say that to myself. It's horrible, isn't it? I know.
It really upsets me.
Why? It's okay.
It's not okay. It's not okay.
It's very fleeting. I only do it in the moment, then I pass through.
Excuse me, that's my friend you're talking to there, and I don't like it.
It's not very kind. Instead, I could say, you know what? I'm doing the best I can. Or I could say, I've tried hard and I've come very far, and it's okay to make mistakes. I'm just human. I could do that.
You are never going to say that.
I could try.
But you're not going to.
Could try.
But you're not going to. Let's be honest. Are you?
I don't
It feels more comfortable for you to berate yourself. I'm not saying I'm any
better.
better.
It does feel more comfortable.
But that is...
It's not nice. It's not kind.
What is that?
I don't know, because if you did the same things that I did, I would never call you a silly bitch.
Imagine if I said to you, you're so stupid. How can you be so stupid, you silly bitch?
Yeah.
Imagine if I spoke to you like
that. That's what I'm saying. If you did it, I would be like, all right.
No.
So you did it. Whatever. It's okay.
No, if I said it to you.
No, I understand. But I'm saying if you were saying to me, look, I did this thing. Look what a stupid bitch I am. I would be like,
no.
Back off.
No, what I mean is if I was calling you stupid
yes, I
and
understand.
you a stupid bitch.
Yes, I understood. I understood the first time. Do you want to go over it again?
Yeah, shall we? Yeah. No, what I mean is...
what I'm saying is...
But it would be considered abuse, verbal abuse.
It would be horrible.
So that's what we're doing to ourselves. We're verbally abusing ourselves.
I know.
It is not okay.
It's not. And also, I would never let my children speak to me like that. I don't even let them speak to me in a tone. If I don't like the tone, I'm like, no. I don't like the tone. I'm your mother. Change it. You know? So if we don't allow others to speak to us like that, why do we allow ourselves to speak to ourselves like that? You know?
I don't know why we do that. But it has become acceptable and it isn't.
I feel like everyone does it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, we're not special.
You know, there's this book called Taming the Gremlin.
Ooh.
And it's all about this, your inner self-talk and how negative it can be and then turning it into positive.
Maybe I need to read that book.
It's a very coachy book.
Yeah, but maybe I need to read that
I'll
book.
lend it to you. It's at home.
Thanks. Setting boundaries. Yes, yes, yes. Set those boundaries.
Only do self-care that feels good to you.
Yes.
I love that. But that's self-care in general, because if it doesn't feel good to you, then it's not self-care, because it is for yourself.
It is not for everyone else.
It is for yourself.
And we have learned what is self-care for you is not self-care for me, and vice versa.
Vice versa. That was cute. That slipped out. I didn't mean it to.
There it is. The vice versa. Did you like that? Oh no, she's off. Oh God. Do you know what I'm going to do? Move on to step 6. Forgive yourself. We all make mistakes for saying silly things. It's part of being human.
And when your friend is taking the piss out of you about it, you can still move on and forgive yourself.
With self-compassion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vice versa. Such an unlike you thing to say.
Also, this is a really important one that a lot of people might not think is part of self-love, but I really genuinely think it is. Spend time alone.
Well, for a lot of people, I think that would be very confronting.
Yes, but it's not about being lonely. It is about being comfortable with yourself. So try doing something that you enjoy solo. You could take yourself on a date. We did that last Valentine's Day, or was it the Valentine's Day before?
I think it was
one
about,
before that.
I think it was about 3 years ago.
Was it?
I think so.
Well, we did that, didn't we? So it's really important, because if you can't stand to be alone with yourself, how can anyone else be?
But a lot of people do have a real issue with being alone.
I know. But my instinct tells me, well, you can't be very happy with yourself if you can't stand to spend time in your own company.
I love my own company.
I do too.
I just went on a girls' weekend to Amsterdam and there were 5 of us and someone had to take the room on their own and I would jumped at it.
Yeah, I would too.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah. I really like being on my own.
I do too. You know what? I've actually learned I need it. I need to stop the social battery at some point. I need to recharge it.
Absolutely.
We want to leave you with one last thought. If you're ever doubting your worth or wondering if you're doing enough, please remember this. You are a perfect, unique soul. Lauren, that is so sweet.
I know. I
Lauren
told you I wrote
this.
such a nice show today.
You deserve all the love, care and compassion that you so freely give to others. You are enough just as you are.
I mean, you could just do a podcast episode and just use that phrase. You are enough just as you are. I could make a whole episode and that's just the phrase.
Why don't we do that?
What, you are enough.
Why don't we do that? We just keep telling the people that we love, you are enough. Then we notice the effect that it has on them.
Well, I don't want to spoil the show, but I do that with my youngest all the time.
Okay.
We'll do a show on it. It's actually, I think that's
no, but
a
I
good
want
idea.
it to go beyond your son, like your husband, your friends, your parents. I mean, that's a bit of a weird one, but let's just do it.
Okay.
Let's just, I say it to...
Do you say it to the dog?
I say it to my dog.
Can I just say, your dog knows that she is enough.
Thank you. But that's because she's told all day.
She's got a lot of self-worth.
She really does.
Yeah.
She does, doesn't she?
She does.
I think that has come from me. I do, because I tell her she's the love of my life.
You tell her she's beautiful.
I tell her she's beautiful.
You tell her you love her so much.
Yeah.
You tell her all the things.
I tell her all the things all day.
Yeah, I know.
So, of course, she walks around with a bit of sass.
Yeah. We all deserve that. We'd all like to be Miley.
We're going to do that next week. You are enough.
Okay.
I love this for us.
Okay. This is my little self-care love bugs. That's it for today. We hope you're feeling very inspired to love yourselves a bit more. And if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to subscribe, share it with your friends, share the love with your friends, leave us a review. That's a loving gift that you could give to us.
And not to yourself,
to us. And take care of yourselves.
Because you are the love of your own life.
Oh, love it.
Marketing is hard. But I'll tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be. Let me point something out. You're listening to a podcast right now, and it's great. You love the host. You seek it out and download it. You listen to it while driving, working out, cooking, even going to the bathroom. Podcasts are a pretty close companion. And this is a podcast ad. Did I get your attention? You can reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a pre-produced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience in their favorite podcasts with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com, that's Libsyn, ads.com today.